Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video, and I'm going to talk about a newly shown figures from Tokyo Comic Con. This time we have the Figuarts from Marvel. So this is quite exciting. A lot of new stuff has been shown from Tokyo Comic Con. I'm making several videos about it. Like I said, this video is going to focus on the Figuarts that have been shown just for the MCU. They did show quite a few new ones, like more than they usually show at a time, which is really neat. We're starting to get some Captain Marvel merchandise. The Pops were all shown, and Figuarts has shown two of their Captain Marvel figures that they will be producing. And here we have Carol Danvers in her, classic Captain Marvel outfit, the red and blue one with the gold accents. I think she looks quite nice. Overall, I think the face sculpt does resemble Brie Larson. It does have a good look at her. Not perfect, but, I never think Figuarts does a perfect job, but they do some good ones, and I think this is a good one. The costume itself does look like it has some nice detail, and the standard articulation for Figuarts, which is, of course, quite good. I will say that her arms are very thin, especially around the elbows look a little strange, at least from this angle, just because of how thin they are. I wish they were slightly more bulked up. The butterfly joint does give her more of a boxy type of shoulder. That might just be how far they have the butterfly joint extended, though, and having her arms or her shoulders back too far. I think with that moved in a bit, it would look more naturalistic. But overall, I think that it does look like a pretty solid figure. It'll be interesting if she comes with interchangeable blast hands or something like that. And here we also have Carol Danvers, but in her kind of pre-classic Captain Marvel suit, the more of the kind of Kree suit with the greens with the black. Overall, I think this one looks quite nice. I think that this one doesn't suffer from some of the issues that the other one does. The arms look pretty solid. The butterfly joint, at least from this angle, looks good. And then the face is very cool. I think that the mask is really nice. Definitely resembles her from the film. My only issue is the color of the green, the turquoise. It looks a little too much on the bluish side. That, of course, might just be the lighting in the photo here. But it does look like it should be a little bit greener than this. This is really blue. So we'll have to see when the final images come out, when just more images from this event come out. But overall, I think that does look like a nice figure, like the open hands. Then we're also getting Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch looks quite nice. I will say that it doesn't look a ton better than the Marvel Legends one, just looks-wise. Articulation, of course, is going to be better, but just when you just look at it, from a quick glance, that could just look like the Marvel Legends one. To be honest, the face sculpt I don't think is great. I think that from the eyes, or from under the eyes down, it looks good. From the eyes above, it looks a little strange. Just there's too much forehead going on. It kind of gives her a little bit more of an age, in my opinion. She looks a little older. But it, again, just might be the shot or the angle that we're at. We get another angle, but the thing is, I still feel the same way. From a certain portion of the face looks really good, but then the upper half looks a little odd to me. It definitely throws me off. The costume itself looks good, though, and articulation, I'm sure, is going to be good. Although, I think that this is on the weaker end of Figuarts' scale, I would say. It'll be interesting to see if she comes with, blast effect pieces. That's pretty necessary, I think. Then we have Nebula. This is quite exciting. Nebula doesn't get much love usually, and this figure looks really great. I actually really like it a lot. I think the head sculpt does definitely resemble the actress. I think that she looks really cool. I love all the texture in the costume and the different forms of texture that have almost been layered on top of each other. Looks really cool. The robotic arm I think looks really nice as well, and she does of course come with the holster with her weapon. I think she does look quite nice. I would assume that this is the Infinity War version of her, so it'll be interesting to see if she comes with those kind of baton weapons that she used on Thanos. But overall, I think this looks like a really solid figure. I'm actually quite impressed with this one. I think it does look quite cool. Not one that I need. I'm really picky when it comes to Figuarts as far as which ones I actually purchase. Hulk, nothing too new here. We have Agent Coulson, which looks ridiculous. I think that this face sculpt is absolutely horrible, and talk about foreheads, this thing's insane. Not a fan of this one. I think that this would be a nice figure for anybody who's into customizing, though. That's a solid, just Figuarts suit. You could put any head sculpt on that, and it would, be made to a lot of different characters. So, for somebody who would customize this, I think it's a pretty solid deal. But the face just looks awful. It really does. Oh, God, that thing just looks terrible. And then the choice to make, the sunglasses removable made the sunglasses just really bulky and stupid, too. And the grin just doesn't help, so not a big fan of that one. We have Bucky. They've been showing Bucky as of lately. This one looks like a nice figure. Head sculpt, again, I don't think is perfect. I think that the eyes look a little weird. The nose looks a little big. But the body actually looks really nice and definitely resembles his look in I believe this is for Winter Soldier, so I hope that he does come with the interchangeable head sculpt with the mask on. That would fix the face sculpt problems, and in my opinion, I've always really liked his mask, so I think that that would look really cool, and the articulation for Figuarts would really suit that figure, I think. Captain America, I'm not a big fan of Captain America. I'm not 100% sure if this is the first time we're seeing this version of him, but the face sculpt I think looks awful, and the suit just looks a little too crisp, a little too clean. Would like some more texture in there, and then the shoulders are very rounded off. It looks a little odd. Not a fan of that. Yeah, not big on that one. We have Thor from Avengers 1. This looks okay. He's got a weird thing going on with his hair. The way that this piece of hair just kind of wraps around the bottom and then it just kind of tapers off from the side there. It looks odd. The face sculpt looks alright though. I do like the costume. I think it looks very nice. And then the cloth cape is really cool as well. It'd be cool if he comes with some lightning accessories. Loki, this is really cool. This is Avengers 1 Loki. I think this looks like a really nice figure. This face sculpt actually looks really nice. I've tend to notice that the Loki face sculpts look a little better than some of the other characters. He's got very defined features on him, which I think just makes it easier for the sculpting to more resemble Tom Hiddleston. But overall, I think that he looks really nice. The helmet looks really cool. Definitely love it. I've always been a big fan of this costume. This is my favorite costume for Loki from any of the films, so I think that they nailed it. His scepter looks a little small. Usually, it should be taller. Like when you compare it to like the Hot Toys one and everything, the top of the scepter from touching the floor should go up higher than that. It looks a little bit too small. Of course, he has two different versions of the scepter. It kind of shrinks and becomes more of a smaller handheld one, and then it becomes, like a massive staff, and it's in its massive staff mode. It's not big enough in my opinion. So I would have liked to see that be upgraded size-wise a bit, but that looks like a fantastic figure. I wouldn't mind that one. I think that it looks really cool in general. It'll be interesting to see if you could take the helmet off, or if he comes with a second head sculpt without the helmet. They've got their Iron Man collection. They've also got Teen Groot. For some reason, it looks familiar to me. Like, I feel like they might have showed it before, but I don't remember seeing it before. This is a really cool version of Teen Groot. I never picked up the, well, I've actually never seen the Marvel Legends one in stores before. It came out in that awkward period where Toys R Us was going under, and it was a Toys R Us exclusive, so I never ended up finding it, and therefore I've never purchased it. So this would be a really nice substitute for that, because Figuarts is just about in the same scale as Legends, so I think that would be a nice replacement. And the figure looks really good, tons of detail. Would really like to see more of that. Looks awesome, I have to say. So yeah, overall these new figures are pretty interesting. I think that both of the Captain Marvel ones look pretty solid. Nothing amazing, but they look good. Scarlet Witch is a little disappointing in my opinion. Nebula and Loki look fantastic. Thor and Captain America are a little especially Captain America doesn't look great. The Winter Soldier I think looks pretty decent, and then Coulson looks like a joke. So yeah, there's my thoughts on the new figures shown from SH Figuarts for their MCU series at Tokyo Comic Con. Let me know what you guys think of the figures, and thanks so much for watching.